And it begins. Oh, what happened? Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series A Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan. I'm currently missing KayK.
Oh, me too, Brian. And I am Ryan's brother, Dan. And guys, being with me is like riding a bull driven mad by red wart or swimming naked in a river of fire churned to rapids by jagged boulders of ice.
I'm going to be depressed. No K.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is if you must... The oak fought the wind and was broken, but the willow bent, and it must survive.
There you go. Hey, always look on the bright side of life, right?
Yes.
Hey, look at this. Let's get in there.
I have the sad stuff.
Always look on the bright.
Tom, can we get in there? Let's get a screenshot. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for watching that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for coming and thanks for supporting us each and every week. We are the LeafCast. We are diving into, chapters 44 through 46.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
Now it's starting to get juicy.
Yeah, it is. We're jumping POVs within the chapter, which is always a good sign.
Yep.
Yeah, lightning's flying. It's this is what it feels like in the battlefield.
Oh my god. They should hire you to do the sound effects for movies.
We don't have Kate tonight, sadly, but we do have a first-time reader, Ryan.
We do have a first-time reader, and it's Baby Josh.
Baby Josh! Hi,
Baby Josh!
Let's bring that bad boy in.
Is he ready?
Is he ready? Pshaw.
Baby Josh is the best.
He was born ready.
My head every day. I think of Baby Josh in my head every day now. So I was telling Carl at the office the other day, the reports just aren't met. Oh, hey. Yeah, and happily ever after. Hey, Josh.
And you think of Baby Josh every day is a little creepy.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
I have some of Baby Josh's clothes right now.
Baby Josh is stylish as hell.
True.
Baby Josh is like a roadie for meat puppets.
Oh, you City is back. Sorry.
Ryan, the porn bots are back.
Porn bots
That's
are
when
back.
Get him, Matt. Get him, MaTsDaGgerX.
That's when you know you made it. The porn bots.
So fast. That got taken down so fast.
Locked. Try again, sucker.
Oh, time. It's good to see everybody again. Thank you for your continued support. If you haven't watched this live and you're watching on a replay, fear not. We have a playlist. You can start at episode 1 and catch up, or just start watching this from the beginning. This is all going to be great fun. We are not going to spoil anything past chapters 46.
Ryan, there is one thing. We did hit a milestone. I looked on our app. And we have hit this last week 300 uploads to our channel.
What?
We upload, oh man.
300 uploaded videos onto our channel. Guys, there's tons of content. You can pick any chapter that we've gone over. It's probably 2 or 3 hours.
And like 20 minutes on the chapter.
Yep. It's a true story. So this week's chapter, you're not going to want to be anywhere near Althor's taint for sure, because it's going to be smelly. It's going to be a little sweaty.
That's a sweaty, bloody taint, I think.
What?
Well, the blood from the side, it probably dripped down.
Oh yeah. The never healing wound. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking? A episiotomy type thing?
Sorry.
Right.
Where my brain goes immediately.
Guys, get your mind out of the
300 uploads. That is pretty good, guys.
Right? Yeah, thanks, Josh.
That is intense. I was just sitting there thinking about that. Man, 300. Yeah.
Yeah, that number kind of slapped me in the face. I was like, oh shit, we've been Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff, man. And you guys, a lot of you have been around for most of it, if not all. So, I mean, Dana Lou, I think, was on our first episode. She was in the
hell to the yeah.
Yeah.
As a mother, that one hurt me.
Hey,
can't talk back. You can't tell us what to do anymore, Dane Lou. Bro, I'm going out. I'm going out. I'm going out tonight.
Channel Mom.
So, how's your week been, guys? Josh, anything exciting happened to you that you'd like to share? Oh, Glenn, you're right. That's right.
Yeah.
You weren't the spooky hippie back then.
Nothing exciting. It's only Tuesday, though. I'm sure something by the end of the week will be interesting. But
I'm going to Disney World tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm gonna get some churros.
1 day pass?
No, we got the annual pass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's your favorite park there?
I really like Epcot and Animal Kingdom, to be honest.
Epcot's gotten a lot cooler than it used to be.
It's true. And the food.
Epcot is just where people go and drink different world beers, right?
It's true.
If you want a Peroni, or if you want a Stella Artois, you go to Epcot.
Yeah, and it's the food and wine festival right now, so it's just like so much.
Wait, what do you mean, Josh? Not anymore, you said?
I mean, people still go and drink beer there, but that's not all. I mean, there's actually like rides.
Okay, things to do.
Yeah,
the beer's still there.
I went on.
Okay.
I went on the new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. It's the largest indoor roller coaster in the world right now. It was pretty cool.
Wow,
that sounds awesome. Yeah.
How long is it?
Probably like 2 minutes, maybe minute.
Ooh, that's a nice
minute
ride.
45. Yeah, it goes upside down. It's flying all over the place. The carts spin around and rocket.
Do you have like
rockets there.
a talking raccoon? Like
yes, he built it.
Have you been on the Space Quest ride?
Space Quest?
The like space launch thing where you like
the spinny thing? Yeah, I hate it.
Zero gravity.
I don't like spinning.
High G's kind of stuff.
It kills me.
Back in the day when we had a carnival that came to our town, there was this one spinning thing where you'd just like put your back against a wall, and then it would spin so fast, and then the thing would slide you up to the top.
Yeah.
And I remember the cool kid. The cool kid would just stand there
on the wall.
Yeah.
Stand sideways.
I would not go on a ride now.
No way. No. I've seen too many videos of that shit just flying off.
Yeah, no.
Look at the people. I mean, just
Dan. No. Look at the fine.
No, Ryan.
People.
Hessians are fun dudes.
Hessians should.
They like to drink beers. I do not trust them to.
They like to take buckets of water and splash vomit out of carriages.
I mean, yeah, the zipper is a seems like an engineer should be doing that, and not these dudes just listening to Metallica on full blast.
Yeah. You know when they actually roll up and they have those big ass trucks and stuff, they get out and then they pull open the IKEA assembly manuals
and they're looking
and they're like, shit, can anyone read this?
My favorite is when they just put like the legs for the stabilization things out and they're just sitting on like a block of wood.
Well, some of them are just on like trailers.
Yeah,
a lot of them are trailers that unfold.
Yeah, we used to have
generators.
We used to have there was a festival every year in my hometown back in New York that would come for the San Gennaro feast, and they had all the zipper and the pirate ship and stuff like that, and it was always just like, this thing is gonna fall apart any second. We used to help clean up, and there was always like bolts.
Oh, the zipper. That's when they were
ground.
just like, you try and make it flip as much as you can.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I was so afraid of that, Dan.
That was my favorite.
That was like a rite of passage when I finally became unafraid of that.
That was my best friend Juan Vargas threw up big time on that.
That's like, a greater. That would be a greater sadness, but you know what's a lesser sadness?
What?
Chapter
Yes.
44. Sorry.
Keep going.
You like that? You like that, right?
Smooth
really
as your
good.
beard, man.
Woohoo!
Really good.
I remember I was tasked to try to not spin the zipper cart. He was like, stop spinning. I'm like, all right, I'm trying. So I'm like pulling against momentum and it's still going. And he's like, stop. And I'm like, I can't, it's not me.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. All right, chapter 44 is called The Lesser Sadness. It has a dragon emblem icon, and it is a Rand chapter. If we remember the last chapter, chapter 43 was called This Place, This Day, and they were pretty much prepping for the war, for the battle. Matt was trying to split. He's like, see ya, I'm going south, but oh shit, this ain't gonna work. There's some IEL down there, and so this is a direct continuation of that. And the last chapter ended with Matt experiencing lightning being thrown down.
Yep.
And this is where the chapter starts. Rand is on top of the tower lookout, and suddenly Avienda and Egwin just start throwing lightning around. Boom, boom. One is throwing lightning and one is blowing up Earth.
So awesome.
Rand's like, well, I better get involved. I got to do some shit too. And
I'm gonna sear off some mountaintops.
he sears mountaintops, but he also recognizes that, oh, this shit ain't easy. They're far. And if I am having a hard time hitting him, what are these ladies going through? They're tag teaming. They took turns. One would beat me while the other was driving. Thank you, Wilfred. You guys just don't understand, right, guys?
100%.
Well, they're the ones
I
driving.
think you could just say that and go on. Okay. A little creeped out here, Dan.
As you should be.
Remember in that song, he was in a Porsche and he ended up picking up a 13-year-old runaway.
Was she 13?
Yes.
And she was the one running her hands up her thighs and making him drive fast?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she's 13?
So many of those
13 or 14,
so many
I
of those
remember.
songs are terrible like that.
Yeah.
The roof was open, the
Turned out the
music
girl
was
was-
high, and this girl's hands steadily moving up my thighs. She had opened up 3 buttons on my shirt so far. All right, that's
I guess
insane.
that's why I didn't notice that police car.
That
Yeah.
she was super young. I guess that's why I didn't notice. Your officer? She's 13. Crazy.
Yeah.
I need a shower now.
TMI.
Terrible.
Grown man. Anyways, drinking obligation right off the bat. Rand jerked his head up. Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's quite a few
Absolutely.
jerks in this.
And Jerkleys.
There's quite a few jerks on the stream right now.
Jerkily. Yeah. We got 4 of them right. Well, 3. Pick the one who's not the jerk. Chat. Ryan, that's our first. No, never mind.
Drinking obligation.
That's the first poll. Who's not the jerk?
It's not me.
It's not. No, of course not, Tom.
So yeah,
Your
we'll
sign-
combine that. It's Rand jerked his head, and then Avienda she straightened jerkily. So we're just gonna combine those two.
Okay. Yeah, Rand
But
jerk.
they're pretty much laying waste to shit. Rand's like, hell. Hey, I don't even. We may not even need these other people. Just the 3 of us might be big enough to just take out all the Shido. We're that badass. We are that magical.
It's insane.
Suddenly there are lightning.
I love this scene where he does realize I have to kill some of my own in order to keep the tide of the battle from going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Full on collateral damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sees people about to enter Kyrian. And he's like, well, nope, can't have that happen. He's like, I hope I didn't really discriminate there. I just did what had to be done. There are suddenly lightning hits right by the tower. Bam, bam. Maidens are flying everywhere. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, ow, ow, I'm hurt. Ow, I'm burned. And a lightning hits the tower, and the tower goes down, guys. And the tower is shattered. I mean, some of these pieces of timber even like hit some of the maidens and break arms and legs and shit.
Yeah.
Rand is that wound in his side, that old trusty. That's when he was in Mexico and he
yeah, he woke up in the ice bathtub. It's full of ice. Yeah.
Yeah. And a note saying call the hospital.
Don't move, call the ambulance.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
He falls, the girls fall, but he's like, all right, that's cool. No big deal.
He saves them. Right? Ish. Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think
he thought he did.
Yeah, it was like it was a combined saving, it seems like.
Well, they did land on top of him. I don't know how they saved him in a combined way.
No, if the after effects, they're stopping the bleeding and he's unconscious.
Yeah. Okay, they stanched the blood.
Right. I mean, he gets knocked unconscious from it and wakes up to Avienda like nose to nose with him, just yelling at him.
Yeah.
You have told us. Hey, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Why'd you put the keys upon the table?
Wake up!
Wake up! Fantastic. That was great.
There you go.
Noman Garden. Sorry.
Hi, Noman Garden.
You never know. Is that what he says? Why do you put the keys on the table? Or are you just making that up?
Yeah, no, that's what he says.
See, I don't even know.
Why'd you put your keys up on the table?
You wanted to. He recognizes one of the dead maidens, Julian.
One other little bit too.
Oh.
He does. I love how he has this fleeting thought that Asmodean was tempted back in the tents to like strike at him while he was powered down, but then he somehow like convinces himself that that's not the case. It was Samael.
Right. His first instinct was like fucking Asmodean.
Right.
But he looks towards the tent, and that's not where the power
was coming from.
Yeah.
The trail?
The trail of Sidene trailed off into the world, basically, past the city.
Yeah, it says, quote, to his surprise, it led west, not back towards the tent. Not Asmodean, then.
So who do you think?
That is an interesting... I mean, I'm going with what he thought, Samael, but I mean, it could be any of the Forsaken.
Who do you remember who we have left? Male wise?
Let's see. We've got the
Samael,
dude with the
obviously.
scar. Samael, we got the dude with the scar on his face.
That's Samael.
That's Samael.
Okay. We've got Samael. We've got Asmodean.
Yeah.
We've got Lord Gabriel, which is let me see if I can remember his name. Ravine.
Batman again.
Yep.
Robin.
So I think it's just those three, and then the four women. Right? There's 7 left.
Sure.
I think that's right.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
and the 4 women are Lanfear, the one with the sexy throne, whose name I can't remember. Grendel, thank you.
Yeah.
The sneaky one.
The spider.
Yeah, the spider.
Masana.
And Masana. And who's the 4th?
Mogideon,
right.
Mogideon was the spider, my bad.
Yeah.
Mogideon's the spider. Masana is the other one.
Yeah, is the other one, yeah. Masana was the psychiatrist.
There is
I never trust pharmaceutical companies. Big pharma. Big Age of Legends pharma. The worst.
Rand gets a messenger from Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Of the Tomanel.
Obviously.
He says, You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and let's go home.
Yep.
Yeehaw!
I know.
No, he actually says the clans, there's 4 clans that haven't decided if they're going to join or not. And these clans are talking to each other but not engaging, and Han needs to pretty much keep an eye on these guys so that they don't, flank the battle. And so that kind of blows the plan to funnel the Shido towards the river. Mm-hmm. They do have an escape now through the east because these 4, according to Han, he's like, yeah, they're, that's it. He's like, all right, fine. It says, quote, there would be nothing to force Couladin north when the Shido broke. He's like, all right, tell him to do what it do. Boom. And Rand's like, I got to get to the city.
What it
all
do?
right, Dan, we got to correct some things. We can't let this lie. We can't let Joshy Sussy Pants come away with the wrong impression.
It was a teacher.
Masana was the teacher. Grendel was the psychiatrist.
Well done, Dana Lou. Thank you.
You got nerd slapped.
Yep. I do remember that Masana used to teach. That's right. Because she was the teacher. She had roving bands of children that went into the streets and turned their parents in as sympathizers with the light, and then killed people.
Yummy.
Lovely.
Yummy.
Just the cream of the crop.
Yeah. Hey, Asmodean's no better. Asmodean used to cut the thumbs off of all the artists in the cities that he took over.
They couldn't compete with his greatness.
Didn't matter if they were musicians either. He did it to all of them. It was painters. He's
an infamous slap pop bass player.
Right.
And he's like, no one else can slap pop.
Nobody. on his violin or whatever it was.
Slap pop in the harp.
The guy had the harp. Doing, doing,
just
doing,
slapping
doing,
the harp.
And without a thumb. Remember that instrument that Snoopy played?
Oh, the Jews harp.
Yeah, it's also a jaw harp.
Jaw harp.
So Rand's like, all right, we're leaving. Everyone, Avienda gets on the back of his horse. They all he's like, all right, I'll take some maidens, not all. You defend them. They have honor. Good. And I'm off. And then we switch to a Matt POV. Anything before we go, Josh, on that?
I don't think so.
All right, smash cut to Matt. I guess this is a slow smash cut.
And as we say on the Dusty Wheel, smash to Matt.
Smash to Matt.
Or smash Matt.
Or just smash Matt.
If you're into that, yeah.
You beat me to it.
If you're down with that, smash Matt.
Let's see. So it's a Matt chapter. Matt, it's raining. This is the rain that was part of the diversion that the Aes Sedai created. I believe, right? Didn't they make this rain? Thanks.
Yeah, they made it rain.
Perhaps.
Here, Josh, another example of where time gets crazy during battles. Quote, somewhere in the middle of the afternoon, he thought, but the dark clouds had not thinned along with the rain, and they hid the sun where it was. On the other hand, it felt very much like 3 or 4 days since he had ridden down to warn the Terrans. We find out that there were 3. So far, they fought 3 times, and 3 times they won.
Yep.
Barely. But 3 times they won. And the Terrans are like, fuck yeah, we're awesome. Fuck yeah.
Los Cabadrin. Sorry. I just love that part.
Right? Yeah.
So cool. I can't wait for him to start shouting stuff in the old tongue on the show. I'm just really excited. Sorry.
Yeah, really.
And I'm wondering if they're going to translate it. like if you watch the closed captioning.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Will
yeah,
it just say old tongue phrase?
Old tongue phrase.
Old tongue phrase, muttered or whatever. Speaking old tongue.
Or will it spell it out in old tongue? Or will
Matt is a wise dude. He first of all, we learned that the tower for him Daniel knew exactly. The tower for him was a landmark that we didn't think of. But he's looking around saying, yeah, it's north should be that way, but I don't see the damn tower, so... Hey.
I disappeared
so I'm
for a
not
second.
sure what's going on with that, but and we know that the tower's been destroyed. Matt does not know that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even know which way is east or west. But he surmises that these attacks that are striking around him is probably Samael. Says, quote, if Rand had not finally gone mad and Aviendo or Egwin or one of the wise ones had not decided to be rid of him, then someone else was taking a hand in the day's business. He could add 2 and 2 without getting 5. Samael.
Great line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it turns out that where they're at, Matt hears that there are 5,000 IEO coming right towards them. They won't know that Matt's band is there until they're pretty much on top. Quote, they will be on top of us before they see us. Matt says, wonderful, Matt breathed. This is just bloody wonderful. He meant it for sarcasm, yet now
they all took it seriously.
And missed the flavor, of course. They looked eager.
So Josh, real quick, or maybe not real quick, take your time answering this. How are you feeling about like how Robert Jordan's writing the battles, how this is progressing? Like, are you enjoying this? Like, what's your experience so far of this?
I was kind of reticent to read these chapters. They weren't my favorite in terms of like pacing and the way they're written. They're fine. Okay. I liked this one was probably the toughest of them for me to get into, but then 45 and 46 are better. Matt's section is pretty cool.
We do have 3 POV switches in this chapter too.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little rough.
Yeah, and it's like we're not really getting the battle per se. We're getting Rand's personal experience of the battle, which is not. It's interestingly removed, but I think that says something more than if we were reading about the battle itself, right?
Okay.
What it represented to me, like looking back on it, was how Rand has basically accepted this position of responsibility, and the weird timbre of the writing, like the color tone of it, is partially his response, emotional and otherwise, to that burden of responsibility.
Okay.
So it wasn't meant to be enjoyable. Like,
that's fair.
No, yes, okay, nice. Good way of putting it.
So I even though it took me a bit of like, oh, okay, I've got to get through this. Once I read it, I was able to put it back in context, and make it like meaningful why it felt the way that it did. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Outdoor Stain says it's confused for Rand. I think so. Writing wouldn't make sense. Yeah. So it's appropriate for his POV being confused. Yeah. Good point.
The thing that was that I wasn't thrilled about the first time I read it, nor the whatever 20th time this is that we don't really get to see a lot of Matt's stuff on screen, and I really wish we got to see a lot of that more on screen. You know what I mean? I mean, on the page. But,
yeah. When it's like revealed that he kills Couladin, like.
Yeah,
he kind of talks about it. He's like, I'm just trying to get back to Pips. This guy gets in my way. That's one of those like have to for Amazon. Have to.
One of the complaints that I've always had about the Wheel of Time, and like anytime someone says like, oh, you never see anything bad, Couladin got killed off screen. I want Couladin killed on the damn page. Like, this man has been giving us crap for 2 books, and we don't even get to see him die on screen.
Yes, and we also should see the game they are playing where they're jumping off the 10-foot pole trying to kick the head.
Is that what they're doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what
Well,
they're doing.
somehow they should incorporate his like fake arms though.
That's
Like
There
they
is a 10-foot pole, and we'll get into it when it happens. But there's a 10-foot pole that many of the Terrans have broken limbs trying to do, but they run, they jump off with 1 foot, and then later we learn that it is a head, Couladin's head, that is attached to the top, of the pole on a rope that they are trying to kick.
It's like
the coolest.
The Aiel are
like
brutal,
dodge.
man.
Like that playground game.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the fucking name of it. I love that game.
Oh man, is it? No, that's not bocce. No.
No, where you like have the ball on the string.
Yeah, on the string, and it goes around the pole,
you hit it.
and you got to hit it. Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Help us. We got brain farts.
Yeah,
I loved that game in elementary.
that is an Inuit game. Yep.
Right.
Which makes sense for the Aiel because they're based off of like so many different indigenous peoples. Tetherball.
Right.
There you go. Thanks,
Tetherball. Thank you.
Well done.
Tetherball. Howie.
Thank
coming
you,
in
Howie.
to
Thank
save.
you, Howie.
Howie, just put a beanie on that baby and it'd be perfect.
I do.
I don't like any beanieless babies from now on. It's like
No needless babies.
I do like that. Matt continues to be written as a general, and that's kind of interesting. Like that's why it's written in the way that Couladin's death is written, right? It's to like reinforce that, I think, as opposed. And in some ways, it's just not important.
Yeah.
It tells you how unimportant that event is, even though
That's true.
it feels important to us as readers. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not important. Right?
yeah, that's a really cool point because
I like that point.
he's been an antagonist for quite a while, and we've been seeing like this trail of death and destruction, and like everyone's anger towards his building, and then it's just off screen, almost.
Josh, remember you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember. Write it down. I'll wait.
For the next couple of books. I mean, for the next couple of chapters, because it's going to be pertinent again. I like it.
Well, so Couladin is on his way towards Matt. There's about 5,000 Aiel. We hear how badass the Aiel are. They run super fast. One guy can punch out and kill. He's like, each Aiel is a Chuck Norris upon himself.
What?
And so there's 50 or 5,000 coming. He's like, Matt's like, fuck. All right. Nalasine, you swing your Terrans, go around. Talmanis. Fuck. Talmanis. You go the other way and do the same thing, and we're going to do the classic pincer move. Do a lobster claw. But Matt also mentions that if they just go past Matt, then looks like the next off ramp is Rantown, and
Yep.
so Matt's like, all right, well, we're gonna give him hell, and people are like, protect the Lord Dragon.
Yes. What? So I'm sorry. I have to divert us for a second because you said Chuck Norris, and my brain won't stop making Chuck Norris jokes. But I was thinking that the Aiel probably would apprite Chuck Norris jokes like a lot. They would probably think they are hilarious if they were making them about each other. Yeah, like if like Ruhark went up to Han and was like, I don't breathe air. I only have to breathe 5 times a day, or when I do push-ups, I actually push the world down and stuff like they would think those are hilarious. They would definitely think Chuck Norris jokes are hilarious.
I think you're right. I think you are right.
But who would be the Chuck Norris that they're referencing?
I think they would make fun of each other by saying each other like Han would be like, oh yeah, Ruark. What's another Chuck Norris joke? When the creator said, "Let there be light," Ruhark said, "Okay," and turned the lights on, or something like that. Because he's so amazing and so powerful. Because it would be the Aiel making fun of each other for being so powerful. Because it's obviously they're not.
Jack, can you please give us your best Ruark Chuck Norris joke, please? I mean, we won't wait for it. We'll just
Chuck Norris. Oh, I'm sorry. Ruhark does not sleep. He waits.
We all put our pants on one leg at a time, except for Ruhark.
The chief export of Ruhark is pain.
Oh, this is great. IL tears cure cancer. Unfortunately, none have ever been shed.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
Stone dog tears cure cancer. There you go.
Time waits for no man unless that man is
Well,
Ruhark.
until the bleakness.
Unless that man is Ruhark.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good to see you. Oh, wait, WWN TV. What is that?
It sounds like a tabloid, Ryan.
Yeah.
Is that one of them sex spammers?
Yeah. One of those sites where,
Are they telling us we have
that's a total
19-year-olds?
Just a clickbait site. What's up, Rob?
So, Matt's like, all right, what we're going to do is as soon as we see the shadow, as soon as they see us, we're going to pretend to run away. We're going to go where it's better to fight, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to beat their butts.
Beat them raw.
He's like,
Beat their butts raw.
beat their buns. He's scowling in the rain. He booted Pips, and then we jumped. Oh, what?
You pooted Bips?
Yeah,
Booted Bips.
And then we go back to Rand. Rand is so this part of Rand's chapter to me reads as if Rand is concussed.
Mm-hmm.
He's hearing the
or
voice
at least, if not concussed, at least just incredibly tired.
Very, very good, Rob.
I love it.
For a moment he can't remember his name, and he says Rand al'Thor aloud. We have what I consider to be potentially a drinking obligation.
One last thing about Matt. One thing that we've seen repeated over and over again is the dice rolling in his head. Like, we've talked about this many times over many books, and like how each character kind of has their own way of describing the way the pattern and chance. Like, I guess my question is, does the balance of things behave differently for Matt than for others? I don't have an answer. This is like my question, like on the shelf, like waiting. And I also love the repetition, which we see both. I guess we don't see it in this section. We see it in the later chapter of Dancing the Jack of Shadows. Which, again, we've seen in tandem, kind of grouped with the dice rolling symbology throughout the books as well, right? Where, like, on his way to a near-death experience, he'll be, like, whistling the song.
Dance with the Jack of Shadows?
Dance with the Jack of Shadows, yeah. And it's been a long time repeating itself, right?
Yeah. It's which fun fact is kind of is a euphemism for death. So it's his dance with death.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I thought of you later on. We're gonna get a quote from Rand when he's thinking about Matt, when he finds out that Matt killed Couladin. And he says, there's this quote that comes out from him. He starts talking about the pattern, starts talking about Matt, and
he's like, well, the freedom, dude. That is all.
No.
Yes!
We'll see. We might be interpreting it differently. But yeah, we'll get there.
Yep. Ruark is able to build a snowman out of water. Ruark got COVID-19, and COVID-19 had to go into quarantine for a month.
Death once had a near Ruhark experience.
Ruark once wrestled a bear, an alligator, and a tiger all at once. He won by tying them together with an anaconda.
Ruhark had a heart attack once. His heart lost.
Rourke was once bitten by a poisonous snake, and after a week of excruciating pain, the snake died.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. That's a classic one.
There are no streets named after Rourke because no one would ever cross Rourke.
All right, let's move on. Yeah.
I love it.
Dan, move on.
All right.
Oh.
I got it.
I see you. I know you Googled it. You found some funny ones. Let's move on.
When I was a kid, I had a book, I think. I had a book of Chuck Norris jokes and a book of snaps.
Oh, snaps are the things you throw. Okay. I thought you were talking about those things you throw at people's feet and they just pop.
No. Snaps
Poppers.
like, your mama's so fat she sits around the whole house. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I know those. Ruark.
Anyway,
Your mama's blood type is ragu.
So Rand has an interesting thought in coming up about a specific name. Did we not notice that? Did we pick it up?
Which are you referring to?
Oh, twice Samael had attempted his life. Yeah. So tell Janin, and he was like, what did he say? Are you still so jealous of me? Tell Janin. When did I ever slight you or give you a finger less than you were due?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, who's Janin and what do we need to tell him?
They're.
Oh, shut up, Ryan.
Oh my god.
Ryan, you gotta make that.
All of us are gonna leave the screen after that. Like, Dan at least looked up funny jokes.
That was off my dome. That was off my dome, bro.
I could tell.
I can tell. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so proud of myself. I stand proud.
I stand proud.
I stand proud.
So we do need to circle back to the tell Janine again, because we get some cool information about that.
Yeah.
About it not being a part of the historical record, and like Rand realizing that not even Asmodean knows him by name or claims to not remember them by name.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular quote, the one that you read, Todd, I really tried to understand this in the context of the turnings of the wheel and from within the mind of Rand's alter ego. Like, when did I ever slight you or give you one finger less than your due? Like, so that implies that they had relations that were not in opposition to one another.
Yeah.
Right? That they were allies, or if not allies, at least partners, maybe even friends.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing you have to remember about the Age of Legends is prior to the Dark One being freed, all of the people were, good. Kind of like, some of the people were a little sadomasochistic, but self-aggrandizing. Yeah. But for the most part, they were, everyone kind of was good. And, Samael and Demandrid and Masana and all of them, they were the most powerful channelers in the world, along with Lews Therin. So it stands to reason that they probably knew each other prior to that stuff.
Right.
Okay, this is amazing. All right, so
without giving anything away.
Chat is going crazy right now.
One finger less.
You guys keep coming up with the Rourke jokes.
I love it.
Keep them coming. This is amazing.
Yep. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
All right, let's move on.
I gotta ask. Next time I talk to like Maria or Alan or Harriet or something or Brandon, I'm gonna ask them if he thinks that this would be canon. Like, would the IEL enjoy these types of jokes? Because I really, really feel like they would.
And then we could do a whole mini series on these. Okay.
Yeah. What is it that Avienda cracks herself up about in this chapter? She loses her shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she like is rubbing her eyes and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it right now. Let's see.
We'll get to it. It's coming up.
Well, Rand is all weeded out. Rand cannot remember how many attacks Samael has further put on him. It says, quote, was it twice Samael had attempted his life today or 3 times? More? It seemed that he should be able to remember how often someone had tried to kill him. And then later he said he recalled countering Samael's last move with something particularly nasty, but he could not pull the memory to the surface. Not Balefire, though. And then for a moment, he can't remember his name and then says it aloud. This is a guy who fell off a tower.
Yep.
And protected 2 women, and they fell on top of him. He is concussed. He needs to go to the protocol. He needs to go into the blue tent and have someone take a look at him.
But I think this is an important detail, right? Like, Rand he's accepted the burden of being the Karn and the Dragon Reborn to the point where he kills friendly fires on his own people.
Yep.
And is okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a tower falls with him on it, and his 2 friends who he's closest to, he risks his own life to save them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With no self.
Yeah.
My brain is tired.
No regard for
self-preservation.
himself.
Yeah.
Preservation, self-preservation.
Yeah, exactly. No inkling of self-preservation. Those are kind of hard to hold in your head at the same time.
Yeah.
And that
And
juxtaposition,
all those other thoughts too.
right? It's just an interesting juxtaposition, and I think Kay would say, or Todd would say, like, okay, is he mad? Are these signs of his madness, or are they signs? But that makes me wonder: are these signs of his sanity? Like, which of these is the behavior of a sane man?
Yes.
Are they both?
Okay.
Or is it something else going on? Right? Like,
and do you feel like his relationship with Lou staring in his head seems to be kind of changing a little bit also in these chapters.
Certainly the more tired he gets, the more
blended it seems.
Blended, or there's the firewall comes down between their personalities. Yeah.
What do you think about the fact that, like, if it is madness, like, let's say it's just him going crazy and but the information he seems to be getting is real, you know?
Well, okay. This is important. No, I'm glad you bring this up.
Yeah.
What does madness mean? Madness doesn't necessarily. There are lots of types of madness. There's madness that's like, I'm seeing aliens and fucking shit that's not there, right? There's schizophrenia.
Yeah.
But there's also multiple personality disorder, which can look the same from the outside, but have very different interior, like.
Yes.
No.
The landscape that leads to that outward appearance is very different. The interior landscape, right?
Like Wadaholic, it keeps his brain from exploding all of us. It keeps the greatness inside. That's what it does.
No, I love this line of examination, Josh. I do.
Me too.
So I don't know, but it's like these are the questions that like have to come up as you read, right? Like,
okay, yeah. Well, they're coming up for you.
No, I love it. And right now, it seems that he is clutching to Sidene for strength. For this is the first time we've seen where he's like, if I don't have this, I'm gonna just drop. It said, "quote The void quivered constantly." Is that a Dragon allegation? Yes.
The void quiver. I think anytime something quivers.
Quivered constantly.
But like constantly quivering is. Keep going. Keep going.
Constant.
Keep going.
All
right.
Hold on, I'm on that thing.
Getting me excited.
All right, so
I'm
I'm
waiting for the spin cycle to kick in.
Beth! Beth Weston. We have not seen you in some time. It's good to see you, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Yay!
Been a while.
Been a while.
Been a while.
Oh, everyone follow Beth Weston's TikTok. She is killing it on TikTok. Very, very, her game is great.
The
She's got
clock
some TikTok
app.
game.
Can you guys do a jerky nod for me? Douche. That was my jerky nod.
You're a jerky.
All right. He looks around. He's like, "Hey, where's Egwin and Amienda?" And they're like,
Well, hang on. We can't pass by the fact that the dude fucking creates fusion.
Okay.
He lights a fucking star.
Okay.
Right?
So, are you saying with
A
the jerky
ball
nod,
of bubbling blue flame appeared in the sky.
that banished shadows and harsh light, hills mounded up all around, trees black in the stark illumination, nothing moved. A faint sound came to him on a gust of wind, cheering perhaps or singing, or maybe it was his imagining things. He was so tiny. Suddenly, and it died in the wind. Oh, so I don't know.
I mean, no, the ball of blue flame didn't die in the wind. The sound of the singing or cheering did. But he made a ball of bubbling blue flame in the sky, high in the sky. He
And you
channeled
think it
and
was like-
something
yeah.
burned high in the sky. Something. A ball of bubbling blue flame that banished shadows and harsh light. I mean,
Yeah.
the dude
Yeah, I
fucking
mean-
made a miniature star.
What? Yeah, well,
That's awesome. I always thought it was more like in the Vietnam War when they like shoot these like lights up and everything's super dark and all of a
The
sudden
flares.
and the flare, light flares and you can see everything and then all of a sudden, oh no, they're right there. And
Yeah, like, I said, he's like I need
Was
to see,
he-
but he does. Yeah, he does make a star. Maybe.
Was he like
That's how I read it.
compressing the gases in the sky? Because like blue flames are like what? Propane, methane, butane.
Well, it just means
stuff
that
like
it's
that.
burning hot. It means that it's burning hot if it's blue.
Well,
I mean, it could also be from whatever chemical was there. It's true.
yeah,
but
because like if you have like
the
coal
reason
or
those
wood-
flames burn hot is because they're blue, is because they're super hot.
yeah,
Ball lightning, exactly. WMN
that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
I was like, it's basically like a what
Or
is that?
St. Elmo's fire, like
It's what
It's
Ryu.
just-
It's the ball that Ryu shoots out of his hands when he goes, "Kame, kame."
Hadouken! Hadouken.
That's Goku.
Ryan.
Like,
It's
okay,
Goku, man. And
Get-
Vegeta has done it from his finger, right? He's
okay. I'm so sorry.
Dude,
I'm
you're in a
mixing
nerd
up
battle
my-
here, bro.
No,
Like,
I
Goku's
know.
great.
I'm the least
That's
involved.
Goku.
I stand corrected.
Hadouken is right.
Hadouken.
So,
Right.
who
all right.
wins,
So Ryu says
Goku or
Hadouken.
Gara?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Hadouken.
See,
Or like we used to say, or when I was a kid, like we used to say, I'm duking. Sorry. You're welcome. I broke
My
him.
favorite thing about anime is the fact that you really have to say what you're doing before you do it.
Yep.
Can you imagine if that was MMA and people are like, chokehold, counter, punch, I'm gonna kick you, where they're all,
Or if they had a
here I
yeah.
come.
they had to stand still for 5 minutes and power up while the other person just stood there and watched them.
And a close up on the eyes that are quivering and saying, I've never seen such power before. He's over 1,000.
I think St. Elmo's Fire is a drug reference.
What?
It's the blue flame that
Yeah.
coats sailboats when there's static electricity in there.
Yeah, and crack is something that my butt shows, but that's also a drug. Let's move.
It's a form of weird, like plasma discharging in the air or something.
Yeah, it's
that they used to
plasma.
call. Yeah, they used to call it same as like the Christians called it St. Elmo's fire, but it's also been called like witch fire and shit like that. I remember.
Which is fire, yeah. Luminous plasma created by a coronal discharge.
There you go.
Coronal Discharge, guys. That was my band name.
Yep.
Coronal discharge.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You've been in a lot of bands, Dan.
yeah, so many.
So Rand was suddenly aware of the maidens. That's where we were. Next.
yeah. Rand's
Hundreds
looking
of them
around,
all
like-
around him.
Well, because
And he realized his
put the
pants were-
light up. He put the light up, and it's like, and everyone's just like holding. They're just looking away,
Covering their eyes.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's right. Puts the light away, and he can't see. They take him back to the village or to the camp. A lot of people are hurt. Moraine is doing what she can, healing people. Asmodean is helping heal people.
I know, it's pretty cool. You think Rand? So, Josh, do you think Asmodean is just like trying to get in Rand's good graces by being helpful, or do you think Rand's rubbing off on him?
I mean, drink.
I
think
forget how long ago it was, but at some point he realized that he was bound to Rand, and he kind of went from being iffy about it to like going in head first.
Yeah. Well, he also and hold on. Yeah, they've mentioned this. He how he disconnected him from the Dark One.
Right.
So-
yeah, he cut his ties to the Dark
Yeah.
One.
Literally,
Keeping
not
him-
just.
So
Yeah.
he feels the taint now when he uses
Yes.
Sidene.
Yes.
So Rand does get back to the place. There are people hurt. It is a village after a battle, or the camp after the battle. But Rand is told that he has completely won.
Yeah.
But before that, real fast, let me ask you something, Josh.
Mhm.
Rand is talking to Asmodean. And Asmodean seems to have pretty loose lips around Avienda, by the way, but I'll get to that in a minute. He said that Rand said Samael, Rand said, but not an answer. He was just speaking the thoughts that
Yeah.
drifted through the void. I remember when he was named Destroyer of Hope after he betrayed the gates of blah, 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah. What is wrong? Asmodean's face has gone as white as Sulin's hair. He only shook his head mutely. Rand peered at the pavilion. Whoever was speaking now, he did not know her. Is that where they were waiting for me? Then I should join them. They will not welcome you yet, Land said, appearing beside Asmodean, who jumped, or any man. Did Land? It said also Rand had not heard or seen the warder approach either. Did Land hear him talking about Samael like that? Do you think? I'm asking Josh.
I would assume so. I would assume he was in his cloak, like chilling out in there, and wasn't visible.
Oh, his warder cloak like this.
Yes, nice.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So where does there is a place where Asmodean's like, I did what I could for you. That's further on. That must be further on. That must be next chapter, huh?
When they're,
That might be.
I think they're yelling at each other.
Yeah, it probably is. There's only one more page. But right now, Lan is like, hey, come talk to Moraine. Yeah, you're not going to be able to talk to the clan chiefs until the wise one do all their weird things. And he's like, no, that's fucked up. What's done is done. I need to do this. And he's like, it is done. You won, man. He's like, what? He's like, you have won completely. There are thousands of Shido that are captured. All the other ones are fleeing across the river. You did it, lad.
It is in 45 that we get the Asmodean helping him a bit. So it's not Asmodean's lips are loose here. It happens next chapter. But
Okay.
Yeah. And then Rand's like, oh, that's a relief. He lets go of Sidene, and suddenly he can't stay in his horse. He just falls. His wound is bleeding. Land's like, Moraine, he's bleeding badly. Asmodean said nothing, but his face was bleak, and Rand felt a trickle of saidine flowing into him from the man. Our last drinking obligation of the chapter.
Well, we know that
flowing into him from the man.
No, darkness came.
Oh,
it's a 2-word sentence. Darkness came.
That's perfect.
So, female channelers cannot feel the male's channel, right? We think.
Yes.
At least up until this point, that's what we've known.
Yeah.
So, Asmodean channeling into him, in theory, should go under the radar.
Correct.
But I mean, we talked about this last show. Lan might know that Asmodean, that Jysene is Asmodean.
Yeah. Well, if Moraine knows, it stands to reason. If you think Moraine knows, it stands to reason that Lan would probably know. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
We don't have any indication of that yet, but
no.
Would Moraine care if Rand had subjugated one of the Forsaken?
Well, how else is he
Probably
going to
not.
learn?
Yeah, I mean, he needed a teacher. She did interestingly give up teaching him other than anything about leadership and the game of houses. It seems.
Yeah.
Around the time that he picked up Asmodean. So, are those two things connected?
Well, it's a good question.
Well, here's an interesting thing. Rand doesn't feel Egwene or Alvienda channel. He assumes that they're channeling. He sees shit going on, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, he does. He feels something. He feels like a tickle."
Oh, he does.
A tick.
Mm-hmm. Rand can feel them channeling. Ryan, we're not able to hear you.
Isn't that the whole tingling on the neck thing?
Yeah, and it even happens in these chapters where he when they're doing the lightning shit, he's like, "Oh, I can tell that they're doing something."
Yeah. We used to call it the neck gar instead of the radar, the neck gar.
Nectar.
It's the hairs on the neck.
Nectar.
Anything before we jump into chapter 45?
Oh, just that if I have to fight you to get Tom to be my warder, I'm ready to fight you, Dan.
Hi.
Tom is officially a warder, Tom, now. That was amazing.
Yes!
That water
You like my
cloak that water cloak's a brilliant move.
I think we should ask Tom what he would prefer, Ryan. And let the record show that I offered Tom as my warder much autonomy.
Ooh.
I don't. I'm a total dom.
Here's the thing.
That's fit.
I've already been bonded.
I heard this. Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, now I know who to take. We're gonna find this person in JordanCon and take him out, Dan.
She's the HR director of JordanCon. Good luck.
Oh no, we'll have to climb the towers.
I'm gonna get on my hands and knees behind her.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Walk up, and you're gonna walk at her aggressively, and she'll take a step backwards and trip right over me.
And it won't be anybody's fault. Like no one will even touch her. Be like, what? What do we do? What do we do?
Laugh, and then use pictures as extortion. Ryan, we got this.
We got this.
These pictures are going on the web. Unless you give us Tom.
I know, actually. Well, did she water bond Puppet Tom? I don't think she water bonded Puppet Tom. There's the loophole.
Loopholes.
There's the loophole. All right. So, go ahead. Yeah. It looks like plaid.
It's true.
Yeah. He could go to Burning Man and fit in, and then go kill people.
The problem in this one is all shades of green. So they just kind of goes away.
So it all just looks the same, huh?
Yeah.
So,
Dragon Snacks, please ask Josh any question you want, and we will we'll show him them. if they're not spoilers. So don't worry about it. Yeah. Just go ahead. Try not to spoil in the questions, but if we'll just filter them out.
Yeah.
So chapter 45 is After the Storm, and this is a Matt chapter. It has a sun rising as its icon emblem.
Kyrian,
right? Yeah. Symbol of
and
Kyrian.
Matt is this is the day after. Mid-morning sun, it's called. Everything still hurt, and most of it stung. He is worked over. And
Diggity.
well, drinking obligation, he is fingering a slice across the chest of his coat.
He is fingering a slice.
He's fingering a slice.
Hey, she has a name, and it's Melindra, okay? Not nice, buddy.
She's a hot little slice, ain't she?
Oh gosh, nice.
Yeah, I know.
I'm good.
And
leave.
there are.
I'm sorry.
The camp is.
Exit stage left, even.
In short, the camp was bedlam and a ball rolled into one. These motherfuckers are partying.
Oh yeah.
Aiel.
I want to go to an Aiel party for sure.
Aiel.
You think you can handle your Usquai?
Oh yeah.
They're all singing
Okay.
"Dance with Jack of the Shadows." A song Matt taught him. And all the girls will spend our pay. So it's about like drinking and prostitution, I think.
So Josh, Dragon's question is, what do you feel about Asmodean's reaction to Rand's mumbling and remembering Samael's name as Betrayer of Hope? Because he got pretty scared.
Yeah, but Asmodean goes white in his face. It's not the first time we've seen this. When Rand brings up something from the past that he shouldn't remember.
Okay.
In fact, I think this is the third or fourth time, maybe even the fifth time we've seen this exact kind of thing happen.
Yeah.
Where Asmodean kind of is like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Like,
Do you think it's like, oh, fuck, the guy that I'm tied to is going crazy and I'm screwed? Or is it like, oh, fuck, I hope he doesn't remember something bad about me?
yeah, I think it's an oh, fuck, he's starting to remember the memories. What else is going to come along with it? And am I going to have to pay for any of it? But also just a surprise that he would know these things that are out of joint, right? Like,
Yeah, anytime anyone around him gives him the thumbs up, Asmodean's just like, no, stop, put it away.
Like that? Thumbs up? Thumbs up!
Don't remind him.
That's like the British using the two finger. Fuck you. It's someone giving. Is someone giving Asmodean the A, the Fonzie thumb? A. So here's what Matt is seeing. Matt, it says a quote for another circle of onlookers near a 10-foot pole stuck in the ground. Matt hastily averted his eyes, as many Aiel men were doing some kicking of their own. Matt assumed it was a dance. Another Aiel was playing the pipes for him. They leapt as high as they could, flung one foot even higher, then landed on that foot and immediately leapt upward again, faster and faster, sometimes spinning like horizontal tops at the height of their leaps or running somersaults and backflips. 7 or 8 Terrans and Kyrian sat nursing broken bones from trying it, all while cheering and laughing like madmen, passing a stone crock of something back and forth. I assume it is drugs. Later, it says, despite himself, Matt looked at what he had been avoiding and shivered. A leather cord tied in short flame red hair held Couladin's head atop the 10-foot pole near where the Aiel men were dancing. The thing seemed to be grinning at him. So maybe they weren't. I don't know. I was picturing that they were trying to run up and kick it.
I didn't picture that at all. I thought they're like whirling dervishes.
They were
like jumping whirling dervishes.
What's that like a Brazilian dancing martial arts thing?
Oh shit! It's in my head. There was a fucking
capoeira.
Capoeira.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of capoeira and a whirling dervish.
There was
7
a terrible
or 8 people were nursing
movie
broken
with
bones. Is capoeira that dangerous to even try? See, I figured they were jumping like
They're Aiel, man. They're crazy.
No, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. A normal Terran guy, He's gonna
Oh,
he's just
jeez.
gonna break his leg.
SWATcast is here. Did you guys see my warder cloak?
Yeah,
They missed.
Yeah, see, not everyone has the budget for this. You know, we beat Amazon; they couldn't do it. Hold on. Let me go find it again. It's over here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he literally bleeds right into the land. Look at how it shifts.
Look how stone-faced he became, too.
Yeah, it's
the
making my
knight.
stomach nauseous.
Okay. It's becoming
You can't see me.
a fan of the opera.
To me, there's a little segment of Robert Jordan coming out in this line.
Okay.
Being a soldier in the war, almost dead yesterday, maybe dead tomorrow, but alive, gloriously alive today.
Oh yeah, I could see. You know, his
describing-
experience in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Celebrating a battle and walking away when not everyone did. You know, I assume that you embrace the now. Anyways, hey, life is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Oh,
Yeah. Melindra
Oh my
startled him.
God, that's the
saying,
worst Hallmark card I've ever heard.
Hey, come on, shut up. Ryan, I did it on purpose. All right, so the hero should not be sit here without drinking. Melindra walks up and startled, he jerked around.
Here we go.
brr.
I don't know. Hey, well, jerking
Get
around.
off your seat and jerk around. Jerk around.
I don't know if that's a
around.
drinking obligation, though. I think.
Jump up, jerk around. Jerk. Everybody jerk.
If you're
That's how we
jerking,
go to
if you wait,
jail.
no. If you're jerking in round, then that's a drinking obligation. Just jerking around is not a drinking obligation.
Ryan, have you ever been by yourself and just kind of jerked around?
Like,
So,
yes, it's non-consensually, yes.
you just kind of jerk around. Matt.
Note to self: don't sit on any surface in Dan's house. Got it. Write that down.
Bring a black light
That
and
down.
shades because it's gonna glow. Life is a gift. It's soundless and it has something written underneath it.
And it loops back and forth like a wheel, like a loopy wheel. Sorry, I'll leave.
Tomanis and Nalcine are like, all right. The High Lord Melon from we learned a bit about what's going on in Kyrian. Tear has been heavily involved. They brought up soldiers to help him. They've been feeding them, and they helped defend the city. And now it seems like the Terrans are kind of, I don't know, being bossy pantses.
Bossy pants.
Bossy pants, yeah. Malin is, I mean, he was kind of the king.
Yeah.
Beforehand. But the Kalmanis and what's his name, Nalasim, are like, bro, you're our general. Matt's like, oh, fuck
Yep.
you. I'm
And
not
he's like,
general.
God damn it.
And they're like, no, you are our leader. So, quote, burn my soul, Nalasim said. It was your battle skill that won for us and kept us alive, not to mention your luck. I've heard you always turn the right card, but it is more than that. I'd follow you if I had never met the Lord Dragon. You are our leader, Talmanis said right on top of him in a voice more somber, if no less certain. Until yesterday, I have followed men of other lands because I must. You I will follow because I want to. Perhaps you are not a lord in Andor, but here I say that you are, and I pledge myself your man.
It's pretty awesome.
And they're like, clean your shit up. I have a coat. You look like trash, and we need a banner. Matt's like, I don't.
I'll send my groom to prepare your horse for the procession.
I love the parallels with the Karhian and the Tiarian, where they're like kind of like the dueling tribes of the Aiel, where they end up like begrudgingly nodding to one another when they agree, but essentially are like saying the same shit over and over.
And Matt the whole time is just like, this is just bloody wonderful. This is just great.
You may have killed me. You may not have killed me, but you put your foot squarely in the trap. I'm dead, but you'll never be free.
We'll toss the dice however they fall and snuggle the girls, be they short or tall. Then follow young Matt wherever he calls. To dance with Jack of the Shadows.
Yep. I love the songs in this. I really hope they sing them in the show, too.
And Matt had a wheezing laugh that he could not stop. And then we jump to a Rand point of view.
It's so much back and forth. I was getting dizzy a little bit.
Rand is naked in bed with
it's like Memento, the movie.
What do you got? What do we make of Moiraine and Lan's argument on the horses?
Well, I want to know what you make of it. Do tell.
I'm just gonna go over here.
Yeah. Tom apparently has some thoughts. Save it for Sunday, Tom.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I don't have a lot to say, unfortunately.
There was a discussion going on.
And he very much was like, oh, this is like, for Lan to be doing that, it must be really bad, right? For the way he was observing it, correct?
It says he glanced up the hill, and there she was, Moiraine on her delicate stepping white mare, with Lan on his black stallion towering at her side. The warder bent toward her as if to listen, and there seemed to be a brief argument, a violent protest on his part. But after a moment, the Aes Sedai reined Aldeeb around and rode out of sight towards the opposite slope. Lan remained where he was on Mandarb, watching the camp below, watching Matt.
My only thought was that somebody was like, we should go heal Matt. Lan was like, Matt needs attending to. And she's like, no, he's got that fucking fox medallion. I'm not going to fucking touch that douchebag. And and Lan's like, but
he's like
he reigned the battle.
He's not a douchebag.
He turned the tide of the battle. He killed Cooladin, and she's like, I don't care. And then like stalks off.
Huh. I thought she was like, I'm going to get a Subway. And he's like, I told you I don't like Subway. She's like, fuck you, Subway, Jared, bye. He's like, fine. Meatball. 12-inch meatball, please, thank you. Yeah, I'm just playing.
I'll give you a 12-inch meatball.
Matt the whole time is saying, I'm not no bloody lord, I'm not no bloody general, and they've adapted song lyrics to follow young Matt wherever he calls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Pretty awesome. Then we get to a Rand chapter, or a Rand point of view. He wakes up in his room. Avienda tells him that Moiraine healed him.
Yeah, we just passed the part where Lan and them argue.
Right. So Asmodean here, what is? All right. So does Avienda have a clue to Asmodean at all, Josh? Okay.
No,
because he says
for those.
He says here, quote, Jesus.
I did what I could for you, of course. My life and fortune are tied to yours, but my talents lay elsewhere than healing, you understand. He strummed a few notes to demonstrate. I understand that a man can kill or gentle himself doing what you did. Strength and power is useless as the body is exhausted. Saidin can easily kill if the body is exhausted. Or so I've heard.
Are you finished sharing your wisdom just in the tail? Avienda's tone was chillier. I mean,
like, how is this dude's just random musician knows so much about Saidin, and she's just like, yeah, that's normal. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up. Hey, what do you know, harp player?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't Tom Merlin know? I mean, a lot about things. I mean, his things are different.
I guess, but it's just...
He said, I did what I could for you, but my talents don't lie with healing. I mean, he was laying his shit right on the table there.
Maybe she just thinks it's more wetlander nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that doing what I could for you in the sense of, like, tending to you. like a manservant. And she's like, whatever, you fucking douche. Like, you can't do anything. You're just a musician.
They drink and they know things and they sing. Yeah.
We find where Avienda started laughing. He started laughing when, so it says Egwin's presence at the meeting of Wise Ones came as a surprise, and so did Maureen's absence. He would have expected her to be in the middle, twitching strings to her plans, but it turned out that one grew from the other. The newcome Wise Ones had wanted to meet with one of the Aes Sedai who followed the Carcon, and although she was back on her feet after healing him, Maureen claimed to have no time. Egwin had been routed from her blankets as a replacement. That made Avienda laugh, and then she laughed so hard that she nearly toppled over. Because she had
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, she just had to pretend to be an Aes Sedai again. And I think Avienda just found it was stupid, funny. I don't know. She said, quote, I called to her that she would have to dig holes in the ground with her teeth this time if she had been caught in a misdeed. And she was so sleepy she believed me. She began protesting that she would not, so hard that Sorlia began demanding what she had done to think she deserved to. You should have seen Egwin's face.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
But is it as funny as no, that's not one.
Any jokes that touch on honor or people thinking that they, messed up in some way and need to pay with their toes, it's funny to them.
Does it say that is it funnier than Ruark doesn't strike gold? Gold is the byproduct of Ruark roundhouse kicking rocks. Sorry. When Ruark lifts weights, the weights get in shape.
Oh, we miss you too. Even Sussy Josh. Sussy Josh.
When Ruark falls from a great height, the ground has its life flash before its eyes.
Oh God! I created a monster.
So don't we find out that Moiraine is like at the trailers that the Dark Friend, what's his fuck, is that she's like inspecting the trailer with the redstone doorway on it during this time?
Yeah, Rand goes over to Hadan Kadir's wagon. He's still there mopping his face. Rand's like, yeah, I'd be pretty nervous. You're a Dark Friend. You're doing pretty well here. Doing pretty well. We hear that Isendre is thought to have run away.
Right.
I mean, can you blame her?
But we know otherwise. Although he
managed to dispose of her without body parts without triggering Aiel. So
yeah, this man,
CSI
dude is
not
good
very...
at his job.
Yeah, well, but he got by Aiel guards, and that's pretty crafty. This Dark Friend is a crafty motherfucker. Like, we realize why he's been trusted with such an important task now, because he must be pretty sneaky.
Good. What task?
I mean, just where he is.
Okay.
Like he was with two Forsaken and Asmodean. And like he's so close to Rand. Like, so whatever. I think he's pretty much just stuck there now. But he was trusted to do that, so he must be pretty high ranking.
Well, he was at the meeting, at the Dark Friend social, so.
Who wasn't at that?
It's here that Rand hears that Matt killed Couladin.
All right, so this is the part that we need to talk about, Ryan. I don't see how you could possibly interpret it differently than me, but I would love to hear your interpretation.
Hibby.
Hibby.
Someone read it.
Oh. Hibby shake.
Rand shook his head. So Matt had not escaped the pull of TAVERN to TAVERN after all. Or maybe it was the pattern that had caught him, and being TAVERN himself. Either way, he suspected Matt was not too happy right that moment. Matt had not learned the lesson that he had. Try to run away and the pattern pulled you back, often roughly. Run in the direction the wheel wove you, and sometimes you could manage a little control over your life. Sometimes. With luck, maybe more than any expected, at least in the long haul. But he had more urgent concerns than Matt or the Shido.
All right, so, okay, now...
Hold on, before we dive into that real quick. Wotaholic, it's the prologue to The Great Hunt.
I think he knows that. I think he wants Josh to talk more about who he thinks was at that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do this.
Hadan Kader, I think, was at the Dark Friend Social.
Okay.
Why do I think that? I don't remember if that was the Now I can't remember who the character was. Right. We saw Aiel close, and we saw a bunch of other people's garb during that time.
Yeah, I can pull it up for you while you talk about your TAVERN theory.
Sure. So again, I mean, I think that again, Rand has free will by virtue of being who he is, and that this is him, in fact, saying that he's figured it out. A little control over your life, sometimes with luck, maybe more than any expected.
Okay, so now, how is that? Okay, well, that sounds like maybe limited free will, but like right now,
free will, of course, is always limited by context and history and who you are, and I mean, that's of course it is.
Well, do you think it could mean maybe like because with the luck that they have and the way they do things, like they can choose to do things differently, but what needs to happen will happen anyway, even if they choose to go, a different way. So it's kind of like
No, because otherwise there would never be a turning of the wheel where the dragon isn't on the side of the good.
Oh, and where did we have that information?
Well, we've heard over and over again from the memories that Rand has that, and from others, that not every time he's fought both against and on the side of the Forsaken.
And who has said that?
That was
it's happened several times.
The prologue.
It's been told to us several times that way, but at least in the prologue.
In the prologue of Eye of the World, even.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, remember, no, it came from. I
remember who says that. Remember who's saying that.
Yeah. But okay, so with that in mind, this passage I thought was very unique in that he was saying, Matt is trying to get away, but the pattern alters things for him and brings him back in. What does that fucking mean? Right? Like, what does that even mean? Like, how is that pattern? How is it doing it?
That's why I said what I said, because the way Rand is describing it to me, at least, is that like he has the free will to do things slightly differently than the pattern may want him to, but the pattern will adjust so that he ends up doing what the pattern wanted it to do in the first place. So he kind of has the free will to, like, if the pattern...
I don't think that's what it says at all. It says, try to run away. It doesn't say try to disobey.
Try to run away.
Try to run away. Which is very different.
Then what? Disobeying?
Then disobey. Right?
Well, disobeying,
Tom, if I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is if you don't follow what the pattern has in store for you, it tries to put you back in line.
Yeah.
How I read this is...
It's less than it puts you back in line and more that it just adjusts what you did to fit what it wanted you to do in the first place.
Where have we seen that?
Well, I mean, we haven't. I'm just going. I'm going off of what he just said, kind of.
I don't see that that's in. I don't know how to read that from these sentences.
Is it the pull of TAVERN to TAVERN, or is it the pattern itself that had caught him? Is where I was getting it from.
I mean, again, we don't know enough about the pattern at this point, having read, right? Like, I mean, maybe you're using some knowledge about the pattern that we don't have yet.
Well, no, I was just going off of the pattern catching him. You know what I mean? Like, the pattern is like Matt went to go this way, so the pattern caught him and adjusted so that he ended up doing what it wanted him to do in the first place.
Right, but that's because he tried to run away, not because he tried to do something different than what was set in the pattern.
That's fair.
But how does
we
he
don't
know
know.
it's
The way I read it. I mean, I think he could have not run away and decided to die on the battlefield, and he probably would have been allowed to do that. I mean, otherwise, Rand would never be at risk of failing.
Fair.
And this wouldn't be an interesting story if that's the case.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I mean, they have to be able to fail in order for this to be meaningful at all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why are we reading these 15 books?
Yeah, that's fair. But that's what the dark one is. The dark one is the antithesis of the pattern.
Well, let's let Josh. This is a long-winded Josh sussing it all out. Let's not fill in the blanks for Josh.
Yeah, we don't
Let's
want to argue with things. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether the dark one is the antithesis of the pattern or not. I mean, and what does that even mean? Does that mean
just based off of
from the pattern?
Just based off of the things that Ishmaelov said at this point.
Well, does that mean that then the creator is the pattern?
Is he?
I see the pattern as different from either the creator or the dark one, and that they are just kind of forces that are outside of it. But
I like that.
Okay.
So, like, there's the creator, there's the dark one, and then there's the...
Again, my theory is that Rand has to have free will in order to bring free will back into the pattern. Okay. That otherwise, it all is predestination, and there is no... Without their ability to make decisions for themselves, i.e. free will, there is no wheel to turn.
Okay.
Awesome.
If that makes sense.
No, it does. It makes perfect sense. It's my vision at this point was more not like they know what's like the pattern knows what's going to happen. More it wants something to happen, so it knows what needs to happen to make the thing that they want to happen.
So hearing you say that, so play this out for me. Could there be a turning of the wheel where Tarmangaiden doesn't occur?
I mean, that hasn't occurred yet. And then we're in the 7th age.
Could there be a world where Tarmangaiden does not occur? Going along the lines with your philosophy there that you just said, where the pattern has a direction it wants to go and it changes things so that those things occur in the way that it wants. I'm assuming Tarmangaiden, the last battle is the direction the pattern is pointing in.
Okay. So the pattern wants Tarmangaiden.
Right. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm asking that about your theory. And if so, could things ever go in such a way that Tarmangaiden doesn't occur? And if so, then the pattern isn't in control.
Yeah,
the pattern isn't able to fully manipulate reality in such a way that what it desires to occur. Yeah, predestination versus predeterminism. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously we don't know the answers yet, and I don't even know if we will at the end of the book. But
I love it. No,
I just I like how your brain works.
And flicker, Tarmangaiden always happened, right?
We always heard the I win loose there at the end.
I win again.
Right.
But we're hearing that from a bad guy, so we don't know if that's necessarily truth or not. You know.
Hey, he's a father.
And we know that it doesn't always occur because at least we've been told by possibly an unreliable narrator that sometimes things went one way, sometimes they went the other.
Yep.
I hear that Ruark mines Bitcoin with pen and paper.
Oh God.
Nice.
Ghosts tell Ruark stories at the campfire. All right. So Rand is like, all right. This is an interesting little thing because Asmodean is there, Avienda is there, and Rand is there. And Rand is kind of talking to Asmodean, and Avienda is just butting her shit in. Just like, well, no, you can't do that. She is, he says, women seldom needed. Oh, sorry. Let me start. Women.
Is this before or after that paragraph that we were just talking about?
It was before and then into it.
Okay, I thought so.
Women seldom need willing to stop unless they had hammered you with their into the ground, unless you managed to distract them. This is in regards to Avienda. And then Avienda, he's like, hey, yeah, Jason, go ahead and saddle my horse. And she's like, yeah, maybe tomorrow, right? Maureen said you should go. He's like, fuck that. I got to go to Kyrian now. And Asmodean is rad. He's like, yeah, did you hear that Melian was here? And she's like, you weren't supposed to tell him. He's like, I served the Lord Dragon.
Yep.
Not you, baby. So he's like, tell me about Melian, Natel. And apparently the Terran soldiers fingered sword hilts and gripped lances.
Giggity.
So there we go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But but everyone was turned away because Rand was like, well, why didn't this guy come to see me? They're like, he did. Avienda's like, shh. Asmodean's like, don't tell me what to do. He's like, he did, and he was mad that he had to go, but he left. She says, if you truly serve the Karkaron as you claim, Jasper Natel, you should guard his rest as they do. It is the dragon reborn I follow, young woman. The Karakarn, I leave to you.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I love that.
Maidens were fingering.
I love
the
these
veil.
two rivers truisms. The louder a man tells you he's honest, the harder you must hold on to your purse.
Yep.
And another said, the fox often offers to give the duck its pond.
The fox often offers to give the duck its pond. Kyrian was his without gifts from Malene.
These are definitely little truisms from Robert Jordan's growing up in the South.
In the South, yeah.
Yeah. Later on in the book, he uses the term "kiss my grits." Well, kiss my grits. Natel Asmodean thinks that Milan, I don't know how to fucking say his name. Milan, I'm gonna say. Quote, I think he wants
Milan?
to be king of Milan.
Milan?
Like the balloon? No, that's Mylar.
Mylar.
Milan.
Oh, okay.
This land is my land?
Like the Mercury Milan? Like Milan, Italy?
You need to pronounce
Milan, this land is your
we need to pronounce
lawn.
this right. But he thinks, Asmodean thinks he wants to be king of Kyrian, subject to you, of course.
Hang on, we got to read the paragraph above that.
Do it.
It would be easier if this was a story, he thought. In stories, there were only so many surprises before the hero knew everything he needed. He himself never seemed to know a quarter of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got a little fourth wall crumbling.
That's a little meta.
Yeah, a little meta.
So he's like, all right, get my fucking horse now. And Asmodean's like, I serve the Lord Dragon. Here we go. But he also says, he's like, yeah, everyone's trying to get the throne. And Rand says, quote, the High Lords to the left and the Kyrian to the right. here I am, stuck in the middle with you. He didn't say that last part, but
in the middle with you.
He said, one battle done and another of a different sort, if no less dangerous beginning. In any case, I mean the Sun Throne for someone who has a right to it. Any idea, Josh, what he's talking about? J Money?
I mean the Sun Throne for someone who has a right to it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, no.
Okay. So they're like, yeah, Mylene wants you to come tomorrow so he can have a big
I'm assuming
parade.
what that means is that it won't be a Tiarian who's on the throne.
Okay. Because they don't have a right to it?
Right. I found a Robert Jordan pronunciation thing real quick. Hold on. I love these. There's not that many of them, but Mylon.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pronounce. So this ends with Asmodean saying, I serve the Lord Dragon. Do we think that Asmodean is a sincere cat right now, Josh?
I don't have any reason to distrust him at this point. Other than his history.
All the thumbs. Other than the thumbs.
The severing
all the severed thumbs.
Oh, yeah.
You imagine what a thumb necklace would look like? It'd be kind of cool.
Fonzie would be like, hey.
Got my Arthur Fonzarelli necklace. Or you have like a dog collar, but instead of spikes, it's just these withered thumbs sticking out. Is there anything that we missed on this chapter? Chapter 45 that you want to talk about before we either stop or take a break? Because my hand sweats. We hear Lord Dobrain. We hear Lady Culliver. We hear of some of the, different lords, I guess. But this is more or less Rand being like, I know I'm not feeling great, but I want to go to the city now. This is my focus, not Sameo, not any of the other stuff. I need to fix Kyrian, and then I can move on.
So Moiraine is from Kyrian, right?
Correct.
So was Lamon the last king? Or was there a king who was on the Sun Throne before it just went to shit?
The person that Tom Maryland had killed.
Oh,
King
right,
Absalom, I think his name was.
Right.
Absalom. Is that?
But that was while
Absalom.
they were in. That was while they were in Carhian. The last in the books.
Correct.
Right.
That was after Dina was killed, his girlfriend.
Right.
And then he went and started the civil war in Kyrian, more or less.
Yeah.
So,
As one does.
I don't remember what book that was in. Hold on.
So Moiraine is the cousin of the Oathbreaker.
Niece. It was her uncle, I believe.
Yeah, it's something. They are related. Yeah.
So, do any of the other characters we've met have probable heirship to the throne?
To the Kyrian throne?
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, there is
Gon or Galad or like.
Do you remember
Elaine.
Do you remember who Galad's father was?
Yeah, his last name is Damodred.
Yep.
Right.
Taringale Damodred, who
did
have a claim to the throne.
He might have a line to the throne.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to think of like what other characters we've met that could be who Rand is thinking of, but
Right.
Good
Not
question.
important right now.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we have a couple characters with the last name Damaged, and that's pretty much all that we have. You know,
Right.
including Moraine though.
Yeah,
Right.
the only people with the Damaged blood currently would be Galad, Gowan, Elaine, and Moraine, right?
Maureen.
Aes Sedai is queen. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, that is what the Lion Throne is often. Ideally queened by a Aes Sedai. Or at least an accepted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair enough.
What's the plan? Break?
Let's
No
end.
break?
I say,
You want to end?
yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can carry on. I'm needed though. I could come back maybe, but
No, it's almost been 2 hours. I'm
Yeah.
fine with stopping. I did want to get through this because then it shifts, but we can only do 3 chapters next week then because chapter 49 is huge. So
it
I don't think that we can get 4 chapters next week. So let's just do 46, 47, and 48 next week.
Yeah.
unfortunately-
No reading ahead.
Yeah.
I don't need
36,
to
47, 48 next week?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
that.
And
Oh,
no
DK
reading ahead.
Moon, sorry.
I mean, we could gloss over 46, but
It's a semi-important chapter.
yeah, I think it's a fun chapter to kind of
Yeah, a lot
Okay,
happens.
yeah. So yeah, let's wrap it up, Ryan. Like a fancy new car that people can't know what make it is, so they wrap it in like funky things so you can't see a badge or you can't see the make and model. You ever seen
You're
this?
a
Tom?
funky.
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
were saying like when you give like when I always gift my lovers cars and I wrap them nicely and it like as if they're packaged like a Christmas present. So
Well, now I think I want to bond Ryan if he's giving me a car.
Big old bow on your Lexus, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
Ryan,
but
can you
you're-
give us a funky wrap on the way out?
No, I'm preoccupied. I gotta go. Sorry.
Okay.
The funky rap is make sure to
Unrealized.
check. Come back on Sunday and watch the show on Sunday. Ah.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, we're talking episode 2 of the Wheel of Time Amazon series. We'll be dealing with. We are going deep dive. We're doing a rewatch. Tom, the meat sack Tom, will be with us. Right.
Yep.
All right.
This one will be in a will be hiding in the corner under his warder cloak.
And Josh, if you're free, man, Sunday at 7.
Kelty Tom.
Episode 2, man. All right, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. Do your best. Make good choices this weekend, and
Mwah.
enjoy the weather, whatever it is. If it's raining, go enjoy it. If it's cold, enjoy it. If it's sunny, enjoy it.
Yes. Watch Twatcast next Tuesday.
Watch Twatcast. Watch Dragon Mount to get to be able to submit a question to Rafe Judkins. You've heard of that guy.
The rewatch Monday 9 p.m.
Yep. And Taurus Hat Coffee and all that. All right. All right. Love you guys. Bye. We're going to go. Bye. Oh, no. I don't leave studio and broadcast. There we go. And broadcast.